Hey, welcome. I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's reading is, what area of your life will you be seeing growth? Okay, so there are three groups for you to choose from: group one, two, and three. If you do need a moment to choose your group, feel free to pause the video, but I will see you in your readings. Hey, welcome. If you've chosen the first group, then this reading could be for you. What area of your life might you expect growth in? All right, so we have the Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, and the Queen of Wands all in the upright position. So what area of your life will you be experiencing growth? So it feels like for this group you should expect growth in your work, in terms of maybe more appreciation, more recognition, maybe new responsibilities, growth, maybe leveling up in the field you are in. It also feels like you're going to be more connected with your purpose, maybe finding your purpose or finding another purpose, or if you're already kind of like if you already know what this purpose is and you're already making progress with it, it feels like you will be finding more success in that and you will be moving further along. You're also leveling up in terms of confidence, stability, security, and this does feel like it's across a lot of different areas of your life, and it feels like you're going to be feeling more assertive, more self-assured. It also feels like some of you will be really figuring out who you are. No more doubts creeping in, and if they do, being able to kind of quickly push those away. It also feels like you're going to be able to afford yourself more luxury. There's also going to be growth in terms of any travel goals you might have. It feels like there's going to be more of a nice balance between personal life and work life. But because there is like this laid back kind of energy mixed in with excitement and goals being met, it also feels like your goals will be met with more ease. It also feels like you're growing in terms of maturity and wisdom. Some of you will be growing into your femininity, maybe establishing what that actually means for you, what that looks like to you, what that feels like to you. It also feels like you're going to be feeling, quite humble. And this feels like it's in terms of like just feeling very proud within yourself. And this does feel like it's due to a lot of accomplishments and achievements you're making. And it's not that you're keeping these things to yourself, but there's a sense of self-pride, like I did that. So it also feels like you're going to be feeling maybe more down to earth, more grounded, connecting with people who are also grounded, share similar values to you. So it does feel like some of your relationships will be growing as well. It also feels like this group has been, very grateful for everything you have in your life, big and small. This beautiful gratitude that you have is going to be the very thing that helps you grow, and the thing that kind of pushes your growth forward. It also feels like there will be growth in responsibilities, your ability to handle and balance those responsibilities. It also feels like your actions and intentions will be more practical. Overall, life could feel more practical, routine, and this might be what you want, could be what you need. there's this overall energy of you feeling more established and grounded. It feels like you're growing in terms of self-love and, attraction, looking in the mirror and finding yourself attractive, and, just having that confidence and finding beauty in yourself. And it feels like that is the very thing that will make you exude attractiveness and sexiness. It also feels like some of you will be leaning more into your independence. If any of you are single, being happy and content being single. If any of you recently made a change in direction, maybe started something new or reconnected with something old, it feels like you will see growth and momentum in that area too. It also feels like your need for adventure will be fulfilled, and you are being encouraged to, take the risk, live life to the fullest. So it definitely feels like there is going to be growth in terms of balancing your stability with having fun and adventure and traveling. It also feels like this group will be feeling very positive, very optimistic. It also feels like your connection to nature and the outdoors will be growing. Maybe you're finding more activities to do that are, outdoors or more social. It feels like you're also growing in terms of not procrastinating, limiting distractions. Some of you could be entering like competitions. It could be a lot of fun for you. It just feels like this group, there's going to be less talk, more action for this group, more momentum. And it also feels like your communication is leveling up as well. And, knowing your own mind and being decisive and being assertive as well. So that is all I have. I'm only using tarot cards today, but I do hope it could be helpful, and I'm wishing you guys the best. Okay, take care. Bye. Welcome. If you've chosen the second group, then this reading could be for you. How are you growing, or how will you be growing? All right. So we have the High Priestess, Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, all in reverse. So how will you be growing? So it feels like this group's growth is about letting go of their ambition. Like there could be this energy of eagerness, maybe, desperation. Like if I don't have this thing, or if I don't meet this goal when I want to meet this goal, then I won't be fulfilled. And it feels like you might be learning to like live in the present, learning that the less you kind of stress, maybe the less you force something, the more likely you will be to attract said thing into your life. And there's also like that energy with desperation. It's almost like maybe I'm kind of forcing it, or I feel, desperate for this thing because I don't feel like I'm actually like deserving of it, or I don't feel like I will achieve it. So it feels like some of you will be learning to kind of approach your goals with confidence. And when you have that confidence towards your goals, there's not really that energy of desperation. So some of you could be experiencing growth in that way. Some of you could be letting go of what you think you want and being more open to what life has to offer. Like, do you know when you can be so tunnel visioned on one goal, one door, one opportunity, you completely miss something that might be more suited to you? So it feels like this group, your growth is also in relation to keeping your options open and, kind of being open to what life has to offer. So it also feels like you're growing in terms of your patience, being open to other things, realizing that there is more than one way to reach a goal or to get what you want. If you feel lost or like there's a lack of direction, it feels like there will be more of that. No, there will be growth in that area, not more less, direction and stuff like that. But there'll be more direction in those areas. Like if you've been feeling stuck for a while now, it feels like there will be more momentum, and this could come from figuring out what's been holding you back, what's been getting in your way of moving forward. It also feels like there will be growth in terms of your commitment to things, saying no when you need to, when you do make a promise or make a commitment, seeing that through. It feels like your word is going to be more solid. It feels like you're leveling up in terms of the respect and trust that you have for yourself. It also feels like you may be outgrowing an environment that slowed you down. It could be even outgrowing certain parts of yourself, And so it feels like you are outgrowing things, environments, perspectives that kept you small and overall limited you. So this could come as a realization. It feels like your passion and your creativity are returning. It feels like you're going to be feeling less scattered, more focused. It also feels like you'll be growing in terms of like meditation, kind of having that peace of mind, that calm in your decisions and your thought process, and kind of just understanding yourself better. It also feels like you could be coming to a realization that forcing something and being impatient isn't something sorry, excuse me, that will work for you moving forward. And moving slowly, moving thoughtfully and cautiously, and being analytical is what will work for you moving forward. It also feels like your logic and your intelligence are growing. It also feels like it also feels like people's perception of you will be growing and changing. It also feels like your intuition is getting stronger. For some of you, it feels like there could have been connections that you made a long time ago, or but it kind of wasn't really clear, or you couldn't really figure out the meaning of these connections in the past. And so it feels like this group, you'll also be seeing the proof or understanding certain feelings that you had, maybe dreams, signs, stuff like that. So it feels like all of those things will be much clearer for you as well moving forward. So it feels like there's this feeling of realizing that no, I'm not crazy. And it also feels like in some situations, people will be showing you their true colors and maybe proving you right as well. But that is all I have for those of you who chose this group. I'm only using tarot cards today, but I do hope it could be helpful, and I'm wishing you the best. Okay, take care. Hey, welcome. If you've chosen the third group, then this reading could be for you. What area of your life will you be growing into? Will you experience growth? Okay, so we have Page of Wands upright, Moon in reverse, and the Hierophant upright. So how will you be experiencing growth moving forward? So it feels like this group will be finding positive inspiration. So it feels like there's going to be growth in your awareness, maybe being able to find inspiration in random places. If any of you tend to be impulsive, it feels like there will be growth in that area. It feels like, if you are impulsive, it feels like it will still be kind of like well thought out. So even though it could be a risk, it will be a calculated one, you know? So it feels like there will be growth in your decision making, maybe being more rational, especially if being impulsive can hurt you and, hurt other people. So there may also be growth in terms of maturity, but also balancing that with, your playful qualities and the things that make you. So there could also be a change in career direction for this group, maybe discovering a career that's more your speed. You could already have something in mind, and it feels like you'll be kind of acting on that, and you'll see growth and movement in that direction. It feels like your perspective and your mindset is kind of broadening, which could help you connect with other people, could help you understand more and be more understood. It feels like there will be movement in your desire for more adventure, maybe having the time and the funds to do things that you're wanting to do in terms of like having fun and new experiences. It also feels like there will be growth in your confidence, maybe breaking free from something external that restricted you. Could be an environment, could be some of the people in your life. It feels like you will know exactly what action you need to take to achieve the best outcome for yourself and to make success of whatever it is that you're focused on. So overall, there's going to be growth in your clarity of mind. It feels like there's going to be growth in healthy competition as well. It also feels like this group can be quite fearless. Don't lose that side of yourself. And if you feel, you need to be cautious, that's fine, but just don't lose that fearlessness either. Some of you could want to have, a lot of new experiences, and it feels like you will see growth in that area, but it also feels like some of you, those experiences may be limited to what will help you grow and like bigger picture type thing. Altogether, it feels like there is going to be more clarity in your life, the things you do, your intuition, which will make things a lot simpler for you, and especially the path ahead of you. So there will be growth in terms of, listening to your intuition, listening to your inner guidance, not misunderstanding that inner guidance as well. And it also feels like this group is growing in terms of honesty, kind of being honest about how you're feeling, not avoiding any uncomfortable feelings as well. There will also be an increase in positivity for this group. So it also feels like some of you may be able to overcome some challenges, not letting, certain things hold you back anymore. This could be trauma related, maybe, getting help for things that you need help with, you know. So it also feels like there will be growth in terms of letting go of your fears, feeling more connected to yourself, especially if there was a feeling of loss, of confusion, maybe, disconnect as well. It also feels like there's growth in terms of your stability, and this does feel like it is across a lot of different areas of your life, socially, mentally, emotionally, home life, career, financially. Some of you could also become a mentor or a teacher. If some of you are wanting to enter the corporate world, it feels like you'll see growth in that area too. It feels like this group already has certain goals and expectations of themselves, and it feels like you will be able to meet those. So for some of you, there will be definitely some growth in relationships. If there is a desire for marriage, it feels like you will meet someone with that potential. If you're already in a serious relationship, or if you're um, already married, there could be improvements in that relationship, or maybe a proposal if you're already in a serious relationship. If any of you are in school or in the process of learning something, there will be advancements in that area too. It also feels like there will be growth spiritually, maybe religiously, if that's something you connect more to. Like some of you could want or need to be a part of a specific system, and it feels like you will see growth in that area as well. But that is all I have for those of you who chose this group. I'm only using tarot cards today, but I do hope it could be helpful, and I'm wishing you guys the best, okay? Take care. Bye.